Hello, divine feminine, divine masculine collective, the simple warriors, or anybody out there who just needs a word of encouragement, who is overflowing with joy, who is in love with the divine and God and feels inspired, feels grateful, feels empowered, to anybody who feels weak or tired or struggling, or anyone who has been the victim of unwarranted attacks by karmics, by low vibrational people, by jealousy, by hate, anyone who feels swollen with gratitude and grace. I thought I would share words that really make me happy, that really inspire me. Words from the great David, whom I love from the Old Testament, a humble king who was not perfect but was highly favored by God. And I felt like these words would help inspire some of us light workers and star seeds, or anyone who really wanted to give thanks for the protection and the favor of the divine, because I greatly do feel that love and abundance. And I'm going to go ahead and read the words that David spoke of a song that he wrote to the Lord on the day the Lord rescued him from the hand of all his enemies and from the hand of Saul. He said, "The Lord is my rock, my fortress, and my deliverer, my God, my mountain where I seek refuge, my shield, the horn of my salvation, my stronghold, my refuge, and my Savior. You save me from the violence. I called to the Lord, who is worthy of praise, and I was saved from my enemies. For the waves of death engulfed me, the torrents of destruction terrified me, the ropes of Sheol entangled me, the snares of death confronted me. I called to the Lord in my distress. I called to my God. From his temple he heard my voice, and my cry for help reached his ears. Then the earth shook and quaked. The foundations of the heavens trembled. They shook because he burned with anger. Smoke rose from his nostrils, and consuming fire came from his mouth. Coals were set ablaze by it. He parted the heavens and came down, a dark cloud beneath his feet. He rode on a cherub and flew, soaring to the wings of the wind. He made darkness a canopy around him, a gathering of water and thick clouds from the radiance of his presence. Flaming coals were ignited. The Lord thundered from heaven. The Most High projected his voice. He shot arrows and scattered them. He hurled lightning bolts and routed them. The depths of the sea became visible, and the foundations of the world were exposed at the rebuke of the Lord, at the blast of the breath of his nostrils. He reached down from heaven and took hold of me. He pulled me out of deep waters. He rescued me from my powerful enemies and from those who hated me, for they were too strong for me. They confronted me in the day of my distress, but the Lord was my support. He brought me out to a spacious place. He rescued me because he delighted in me. The Lord rewarded me according to my righteousness. He repaid me according to the cleanliness of my hands. For I have kept the ways of the Lord and have not turned from my God to wickedness. Indeed, I have kept all his ordinances in mind and have not disregarded his statutes. I was blameless before him and kept myself from sinning. So the Lord repaid me according to my righteousness, according to my cleanliness in his sight. With the faithful, you prove yourself faithful. With the blameless man, you prove yourself blameless. With the pure, you prove yourself pure. But with the crooked, you prove yourself shrewd. You rescue an afflicted people, but your eyes are set against the proud. You humble them. Lord, you are my lamp. The Lord illuminated my darkness. With you, I can attack a barrier. And with my God, I can leap over a wall. God is, his way is perfect. The word of the Lord is pure. He is a shield to all who take refuge in him. For who is God besides the Lord? And who is a rock? Only our God. God is my strong refuge. He makes my way perfect. He makes my feet like the feet of a deer and sets me securely on the heights. He trains my hand for war. My arms can bend a bow of bronze. You have given me the shield of your salvation. Your help exalts me. You widen a place beneath me for my steps, and my ankles do not give way. I pursue my enemy and destroy them. I do not turn back until they are wiped out. I wipe them out and crush them, and they do not rise. They fall beneath my feet. You have clothed me with strength for battle. You subdue my adversaries beneath me. You have made my enemy retreat before me. I annihilate those who hate me. They look, but there is no one to save them. They look at the Lord, but he does not answer them. I pulverize them like dust of the earth. I crush them and trample them like mud in the streets. You have freed me from the feuds among my people. You have appointed me the head of nations. A people I had not known serve me. Foreigners submit to me grudgingly. And soon as they hear, they obey me. Foreigners lose heart and come trembling from their fornications. The Lord lives. May my rock be praised. God, the rock of my salvation, is exalted. God, he gives me vengeance and casts down people under me. He frees me from my enemies. You exalt me above my adversaries. You rescue me from the violent men. Therefore, I will praise you, Lord, among the nations. I will sing about your name. He is a tower of salvation for his king. He shows loyalty to his anointed, to David and his descendants forever. There are the last words of David, the declaration of David. The Spirit of the Lord spoke through me. His word was on my tongue. The God of Israel spoke. The Rock of Israel said to me, the one who rules the people with justice, who rules in the fear of God, is like the morning light when the sun rises on a cloudless morning, the glisten of rain on sprouting grass. Is it not true? My house is with God. For he has established an everlasting covenant with me, ordered and secured in every detail. Will he not bring about my whole salvation and my every desire? But all the wicked are like thorns raked aside. They can never be picked up by hands. The man who touches them must be armed with iron and the shaft of a spear. They will be completely burned up on the spot. So, divine collective and all those with good intentions who seek refuge, who seek justice, love, those who want to help humanity, who are selfless and true. God spoke. The one who rules the people with justice, who rules in the fear of God, is like the morning light when the sun rises on a cloudless morning, the glisten of rain on sprouting grass. For he has established an everlasting covenant, ordered and sealed and secured in every detail. Will he not bring about my whole salvation and my every desire? But all the wicked are the thorns raked aside. They can never be picked up by hand. The man who touches them must be armed with iron and the shaft of a spear. Your enemies will be completely burned up on the spot. Fear not, because justice is here. Justice always prevails. David said to God, I have great anxiety. Please let us fall into the Lord's hands, because his mercies are great. But don't let me fall into human hands. The people of the world have free will, and unfortunately some will let you fall, but God will never. God will never. God will never forsake you. God says, the one who rules the people with justice, who rules in the fear of God, is like the morning light when the sun rises on a cloudless morning. That is you, Divine Collective. Remember who you are. Your enemies are only as strong as the webs they weave of control and manipulation. They have no strength against divine, against light. God, He gives me vengeance and casts down people under me. He frees me from my enemies, exalts me above my adversaries, rescues me from violent men. Therefore I will praise you, Lord, among the nations. I will sing your name. He is a tower of salvation for his king. He shows loyalty to his anointed. And I'll leave you guys with that. I love you all. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday. And remember that nothing can stop what's truly divine.